What is up, everybody? Cowboy Kyle here today. Well, not necessarily a cowboy, but I got my Motorhead Western wear on. Found this deep in the heart of my closet. I forgot I had it, and I said, I'm wearing this today. I'm going to be like Lemmy. I'm just missing a cool cowboy hat, but maybe in time, we'll see. But it's Saturday. It's weekly purchases, the time of the week where we look what came through the door via Amazon, the mailman, UPS, or, like this week for the most part, what did we find in the stores this week? It has been a banner week, last 2 weeks really, if you're an action figure collector and you're hunting out in the stores. Clearance like crazy is starting off and only going to get deeper. And then there's tons and tons of stuff hitting for the fall resets at Walmart and Target specifically. So hopefully you guys are out there fig hunting. I dropped a video yesterday on my fig hunts for the week. I actually took off like 28, 30, 40 videos that I recorded that were an absolute waste of time. When you're trying to find those San Diego Comic-Con Ninja Turtles, you're spending a lot of time in Target, and a lot of the times it was the exact same thing. The Target by my house, I was going to 4 or 5 times a day. That's not counting the help I was getting out there of old Waylon Jennings and a few other people out there that were hunting for figures as well. So hopefully you enjoyed that figure hunt. A lot of cool finds. Going to be a lot of cool finds the next couple of weeks. As like I said, those resets are going at Target and Walmart. Just remember out there, you know, a lot of talk on the AEW figures. They're supposed to drop Monday, August 3rd. Hopefully they do. I would love it if they would. I got mine pre-ordered from Ringside, but I'll probably get another set of the Series 1, decide what I want to do. We can get into that down the road. But the question is, hey, are they going to really be in the store on Monday? I doubt it. All my figure hunting and years of working in the business and working around and being around this game, I guess if that's what you're going to call it, I would not count on it Monday. My guess is Monday, if they're being delivered to the Walmart warehouses on Monday, or they are in the Walmart warehouses shipping to the stores starting on Monday. That would mean most stores would probably start getting them Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of the week. And then you got a whole another bag of worms there because the Walmart resets have not started yet. They start, I think, August 1st. Walmarts have 1 month to get the resets done. So they can do it any time in that month, give or take. So then you're going to have some Walmart. I know there's one store by me that says, hey, we're doing the reset August 20th. None of that product is going to be touched or put on the shelves till then. They've had that for years. So I know, hey, I'm not going to that store right away for resets because nothing new is going to be out there for quite some time. Some of you guys have great stores, and maybe I'll come across some as well that just stick stuff out already. I found some stuff that we'll have in weekly purchases this week that is for that new modular mod, they call it, or planogram, depending on who you are and how you speak. But I found some things early, and that goes on all over the place. So anyways, it's going to be a very, very busy month, and I don't expect to find those AEW figures on Monday, but I'll check. Why wouldn't I check? You know, the AEW figures are going to be awesome. There's a lot of people looking for those. It's awesome to get a new line, competition. It'll be interesting to see. You know, a lot of people complain about Mattel Elites not being out on the pegs. Well, will AEW fill that void for a lot of kids, a lot of collectors? Is it going to make Mattel get on their game better? I don't know. Time will tell, but competition usually makes everybody better. So we'll see how that all shakes out with those AEW figures. But the fig hunting was real this week. Like I said, San Diego Comic-Con Ninja Turtles, many a Target visit. We'll get more into that down the road, but man, my turtle anxiety was at an all-time high. The highs and the low of the fig game, as you can see in yesterday's fig hunting video for the week, the highs and the lows, it's a real thing in the figure hunts. A lot of disappointment, but every once in a while you get a hit, and that makes up for all that disappointment. So be out there checking your stores. Like I said, next week, hunting for AEW figures. Next week, hunting. I'm going to continue hunting Moon Knight at the Walgreens. Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Moon Knight figure. Has not hit my area yet. There's like 20-some Walgreens in my area. You know, I kind of hate going to all these. The only nice thing is they're a quick in and out. You can run in and out and find. But that's kind of, I don't know, not my funnest time fig hunting, going into all those Walgreens, as you can imagine. But looking for Moon Knight. And then you got the He-Man. The He-Man retro figures, I guess you would call them, at Walmart. They are supposed to be out August 1st. So very much like AEW, not totally sure on that. I've seen a few things out there, and a few areas have got them. I'm very hopeful. I'll tell you what, 8-1, I was out and will be out all day today hunting He-Man figures. and G.I. Joe Cobra Island figures, Target exclusive. Supposedly the street date was 8/14. Now they're saying 8/1. I have no idea, but I need those Joes. That's the thing I'm most excited for. I gotta find those Joes for sure. You guys know I love G.I. Joe. I need extra Cobra officers. Very interesting. A lot of the Targets have already done their resets. If you look at the tag, there's like Cobra Dragonfly. It's like code name stuff. They're like trying to throw collectors off. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. But very happy, and there's more Joes coming out that quick and Target exclusive. I know a lot of people don't like them, but they're coming in packs of 8, it sounds like. Great opportunity for everybody to get those G.I. Joes. That is for sure. I hope I can find them. You leave me a comment in the comments if you found them already. There's certain places in the country that have found those new Joes. But also at Walmart this week specifically, going to be looking for that SummerSlam Elite 77 set. I have all the figures, but I need the Chase Rick Rude, and I need the Walmart exclusive Freddie Blassie. I usually don't pre-order those, the Chases or the one-off, like the Freddie Blassie, the store exclusives. I don't pre-order those. I like the thrill of the hunt. I'm a glutton for punishment, of course, but I will be searching for those as well. So just like I said, a great time for figure hunting. And then for those of you smart people out there that play the long game, great opportunity to get some cheap Ghostbusters out there. Start to see those for $9 and below at some Walmarts. Also Star Wars clearance, Marvel Legends clearance. Nothing as far as wrestling clearance that I've seen as of yet, but a lot of good stuff on clearance you can take advantage of and piece in your collection. I always shake my head when I see like the Ghostbusters Star Wars. Why did I pay full price? But it's what I do, I guess. So there that is. Going to be an exciting couple of weeks in the figure hunting game. This week, we saw pictures of the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt Ringside Collectibles exclusive. We saw pictures the week before, a lot of negativity around it. This week we saw in-package pictures. They did fix that belly button issue where you could see his belly button through his shirt. Kind of weird, but that's been fixed. This is the one that comes with the puppets, of course. But it's cool that the background, we always talk when I do unboxing videos, oh, some people use these backgrounds. This is one a lot of people will use. It is the Funhouse background. It's got a door that opens. I think a lot of people will be using that until maybe an official set is released down the line. I could see them doing that eventually. But very cool to see that Ringside Collectibles. I will be picking that up. We also saw the new line of basics this week. Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con kind of ran into Monday where they released a few things on Monday. The newest basics stuff that's going to be released, I guess. And we got another Bray Wyatt in that line. Nikki Cross is the chase in that one. And Nikki looks pretty good. I think I'll probably buy both of those figures. I don't see her getting an Elite anytime soon. Obviously, they didn't show anything at San Diego Comic-Con. So I got to jump on that. But an alright set. You know, Jeff Hardy in there, I'm sure that'll sell, but that's basically one we've had, it feels like a million times, just a little bit different face paint. But you know what I always say about face paint? People love face painted wrestlers, myself included. So we did see that. We also saw the fan takeover. We saw some pictures of those. Kind of disappointing for me. You know, they did Christian, which is a figure we've really already had. We got the X-Pac NWO, which is okay. I voted for the 1-2-3 kid, but I'll take that X-Pac's all right. Johnny Gargano, that was the only one of the ones that I voted for. But I wish they would have had the Wolverine slashes in his shirt like he had. I don't understand why they couldn't put that on there. That doesn't make really any sense. I don't think slashes are trademarked. I mean, if 3 of them are, put 2 or put 4. There's got to be a way to get around that somehow. And then we got another Randy Orton coming. You know, there's a lot of Randy Ortons. I feel like we've had this one, but I don't think we have. I believe these are going to be, I can't remember if they're Walmart exclusive or what, but fan takeover, it is what it is. I guess if you don't like it, you don't have to buy it. I'll pick all of them up to continue my collection. But unfortunately, the people that voted didn't go along with what I was thinking. So it is what it is at this point. So that's kind of the news of the week. Also, if you guys remember back last week, we were doing a giveaway. You remember the giveaway? A Macho Man WWE Masters of the Universe figure, Chris Jericho Retro, and Ruthless Aggression Batista and Charlie Haas. So your winner is Brady Roberts. You were the one that drew the lucky number, or whatever you want to call it. So Brady, hit me up on social media. I guess you got till next Saturday's video. If I don't hear by then, I'm going to pick somebody else for next week. So, but Brady Roberts, hit me up on Twitter or Instagram, and I will get those mailed out to you. I'm going to do a couple other giveaways here soon. I'm going through, like I said, cleaning house and getting rid of some stuff. I'll just throw them up here and I'll give them out. Why not? So that is about it outside of album of the week, well, it's got to be Motorhead, Ace of Spades. I got the Motorhead shirt on. It's just fitting. But also, they just announced a huge deluxe box set for Ace of Spades. You know I'm going to have to get that. It's pricey. It's a bit of a cash grab, but this is the 40th anniversary of Ace of Spades. Motorhead's, landmark album. The song everybody knows Motorhead for. Not my favorite Motorhead album. A great album, but not my favorite, of course. Most hardcore Motorhead fans would say Ace of Spades isn't their favorite album, but most of you guys watching have heard Ace of Spades, so you know it. So it's a landmark release, landmark album, 40th anniversary. I'm in my 40th year. It just makes sense. So that Motorhead box set is going to be massive. I mean, $300 for the top one, but very, very cool box set, that's for sure. It's one you just can't pass up, if you ask me. So I recommend everybody get that Motorhead album, but we'll see from there. But that is it. Let's get into the weekly purchases. How about, huh? All right, here we are, weekly purchases. So if you guys liked last week's weekly purchases, you'll like this one a lot, because a lot of varied stuff over a lot of different lines. Not all wrestling, not all Marvel, just a really hodgepodge of a ton of different stuff. A lot of stuff going out, like we talked about at the beginning. A lot of different stuff coming out. It's exciting. We're going to have a lot of new figures here the next couple of weeks, and then you're going to have about 6 weeks of nothing, then another run. Just kind of how the fig hunting business goes. But a big week for weekly purchases where I didn't think it would be. I have a feeling next week will be pretty big, and then we'll have a little bit of a lull. But we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot that can happen. You just never know. We're all on our toes. But this week, a lot of different stuff, like I said. Also this week, hey, I got a new company car. Kind of a weekly purchase. It's free, but hey, a company car is a company car. It's what I drive most of the time when I don't have my Jeeps out. So there it is. A brand new Ford Fusion. Lucky me. So here we go. Let's get into it. I'm looking around. Where do I even start this week? We'll start with loose Jakks. You guys know, still working on that complete Jakks collection. Slow going now, trying to find some things. There's a few box sets I'm really looking for that aren't coming up. It's just been a battle, but a few things this week. One of my favorite figures, it's taken me forever to get, but Matt Hardy, I want to say like 17.5, something like that. So got him off the books. Also, Brian Kendrick, a later one. Not as good as the one in the coat, but still a very solid figure, this Brian Kendrick. I like this one a lot. So that came through. And then we got Scott Steiner, Mr. Big Papa Pump. Early Ruthless Aggression. I think I'm missing one more. I think he has one in jeans. I think that's the last Scott Steiner I need. Don't quote me. But going through. But that's it for loose Jakks Classic Superstars. Or Classic Superstars Jakks Ruthless Aggression figures. You remember back when we started these videos, when I was starting that hunt, we'd have, 50, 60 a week. Now we're getting like 6 or 7 a week. That just speaks to how hard some of these are. They're not really rare. They just don't come up a lot or in good condition. Speaking of the example, there's a ECW shirt, Rob Van Dam I'm trying to get. Every single one that comes up, his ponytail's broken off, or there's something wrong with him. So that's very frustrating, but I'll get him eventually. Every dog has his day, we'll say. But also this week, how about this thing? Giant Gatling gun. Very weird. Bought this off Amazon like for $12. It's a big gun. I'm planning on using this for Roadblock in the G.I. Joe. That there's a new Cobra Island Roadblock figure coming with the exact same gun as the other Roadblock. I figure one of them is going to get this big heavy-duty Gatling gun instead. So I got that this week. See you later. We'll have that in future. So how about this week? One surprise that came through early on the resets. We talked a lot about these Walmart and Target resets. Well, look what came in. The first He-Man sighting. The first He-Man Masters of the Universe figures. Walmart exclusive as of right now. In 2021, you'll be able to buy them everywhere. But in 2020, they are Walmart exclusive. Prince Adam and the Sky Sled. One of my favorite duos from the 80s. I had both of these before. Sky Sled used to break out of a bigger vehicle, but it is what it is. This is how they shipped it here. $30 price point. Not terrible. Not the best. I guess 20 is probably not realistic. $24.99 maybe would have been better, but is what it is. But happy to have my first He-Man sighting. Got a lot to go, though. There's a lot more to hit, including Battle Cat, of course. But it's cool to see new lines and new figures, even if they are kind of remodeled after the old stuff. But this hits people like me in the nostalgia feels. I don't know if little kids would be totally interested, but I guess time will tell. So that came through this week. Next week, I hope I have the rest of that He-Man set. We saw this last week. I apparently accidentally ordered 2 of these. I don't know how that happened, but I got another Black Widow in the mail. Maybe they sent me another one out of the goodness of their heart. I kind of doubt it, but I got to look into that. But I got another Black Widow this week, so good for me. How about we'll go back to some Jakks Ruthless Aggression WrestleMania version. Chris Jericho, WrestleMania 21 in the green tights. One I was missing, so not too many Jerichos left. This could be the last Jericho I needed. I'll have to double check on that, but happy to get that. And then one I've been waiting for forever. I had this, sold it, now I got it back. ECW, the last ECW figure outside of Stevie Richards. I'm missing that Stevie Richards still in kind of the blue and yellow tights. But Ariel, so a cool figure, a little vampire, got that one. So glad to have that off the list. Then this week, I continue the Spider-Man Retro Series. Very weird how Target is putting these out. I've only seen these at Target, and they're only going to the shelf 2 at a time. I don't know what the deal is, if they're just getting 2 in instead of full cases. I don't know, my area is weird, but finally got Spider-Man. That old outlaw Waylon Jennings came through with this one. I want to say Fort Dodge, Iowa, he found this. Then, of course, the next day, yep, I found 2 of these. But Waylon was the first, so I'll give him his props. Waylon, thank you. A lot more Waylon talk at the end of the video. And also this week, he found the same thing. Peter Parker, he found at a different store, and then I found it at another store. But Waylon, it's always good. I always recommend you guys get some hookups. That old outlaw Waylon Jennings, he's out there helping. We got Peter Parker, so now I have this entire set complete. Very happy to have this off my list, but I do love this carding on this. We've talked about it before. I love that 90s Toy Biz Marvel line. So there's that one. So that is all done. Amazon pre-order came in. This was weird. It was supposed to be around 4th of July. It was supposed to come. Then it was delayed till December, forever. And then the next, one day this week, hey, it's coming tomorrow. So that's how it goes with Amazon. Sometimes you pre-order, then it gets pushed way out, and then it comes way back in. I don't know. But it is the Han Solo in Carbonite. I believe this is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, part of a bigger deal a few years back. Now it's re-released. I don't know if you count this as a figure. I don't know. I'm going to do an unboxing on this. I got so many Star Wars figures to unbox. I don't know if a lot of people that watch these videos are really into Star Wars. It's usually my 4th or 5th favorite set, but a lot of love for Star Wars on my end. But I will probably do an unboxing of a bunch of these Star Wars Empire Strikes Back figures. Because I can, I guess. I don't know. But there's that Han and Carbonite. Speaking of Star Wars, let's get this out here. X-Wing Pilot Asti from the recent movies there. I was missing this one, played the long game, picked him up fairly cheap off of eBay. So happy to have that one off the list. They just continue. I play the long game on a lot of these Star Wars guys, that's for sure. My dad brought over something I thought was long lost. I'll never be able to watch this again because I don't own a VCR, but I just feel like I have to keep this. G.I. Joe the movie, 1986, cartoon movie. I've watched this VHS probably 1,000 times in my life. Absolutely love this movie. The greatest. I love this more than Transformers the movie, and I love that one a lot too. But love the 86 G.I. Joe movie. A lot of people don't like this one. I guess it's 1987. To be technical, 87. A lot of people don't like this one because all the, sci-fi elements, I guess you could say. But boy, if you're 7-year-old Kyle, you're eating this one up with a fork and a spoon. This is awesome movie. I love Cobra Law. I love Nemesis Enforcer. When I saw Sergeant Slaughter last year, I said, Sarge, what was it like fighting Nemesis Enforcer? That had to have been your toughest opponent of all time. And you know what? He didn't know what I was talking about. He doesn't even know who Nemesis Enforcer is, and he battled for his life in the Arctic and Cobra Law. I don't know. I said, Sergeant, come on, get it together. But anyways, I did meet Sergeant Slaughter and talk to him about Nemesis Enforcer, and he had no idea what I was talking about, which is kind of funny, I thought. He spent more time with my kid than me, and I'm the Joe wrestling fan. Come on, help me out here. But cool to have that back in my collection. I mean, I had that since 1987. That's been a long time, so... Here's another one. We're slowly working on this set as well. Best of Classic Superstars, Eddie Guerrero. I've talked before, not a huge fan of this set, especially when it first came out. I said, why are they re-releasing these things? Driving me nuts. I don't need to. Well, now in my old age, I said, you know what? I should just complete this set. I got all the other Classic Superstars outside of the 1 of 100s. Why don't I just get these best of? They're not terrible to get. I mean, there's a couple of hard ones, but I'm working my way through. There's Eddie Guerrero. Probably is one of the cheapest and easiest ones to find. Is what it is. Gotta have it. Gotta get it off the list. How about one? So there was a seller, and I totally forget. It's a store out there, but he posted in one of the Facebook groups. He got a bunch of damaged recent Mattel product. Top Picks Ricochet. This was like $18 shipped to my house. That's cheaper than the store plus shipping. I mean, but it's pretty beat up box. Got a little dent in the bubble, a little bent in the card, but I'm opening this anyways. Hate the Top Pick series. It's just the little changes that drive you nuts. There's Braun Strowman, Ricochet, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins in that set. I will be buying all of them. But just unfortunate the Top Pick set's even a thing. I get why they have it, so kids can get a Ricochet. He's not hard to find. But man, those clog up the pegs a lot, and I hate spending, $20 on a figure that's really not that much different. So anyways, it is what it is, but I'm glad I got Ricochet Damage at a cheap price. That's awesome for me. I'm cool with that. That's a win, that's for sure. Something I picked up on eBay. Maybe I'll do a video on this. I'm not sure if anybody really cares, but it was only $9. Kiki Fix Loose Joints. I found this on eBay. Somebody recommended it somewhere I came across. And basically it's a little thing you squirt in. I'm looking to use this on some of my Jakks Ruthless Aggression, specifically John Cena with that sneaker that always seems to kind of flop and doesn't stick in space. I wonder if that'll work. Also thinking on that new G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes. Hopefully you guys watch that unboxing G.I. Joe video. Even if you don't like G.I. Joe video, watch that video because, I was almost shedding tears opening that stuff. It meant so much for me to have G.I. Joe back on the store shelves and get to unbox these for the first time in so long. I love the G.I. Joes. I say it all the time. I'm sorry, but hey, I do. But I might use this on Snake Eyes as well. So very interesting stuff. A lot of strong reviews. So I'll put it to the challenge. See if we can fix that Snake Eyes, some Jakks figures. Anybody that's loose, you put a little of this in there and away it goes. So only $9. I figured, hey, it's worth a try. Maybe I'll be the guinea pig for some of you guys. That's for sure. So then that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, he came back again. Waylon, he's a dodgy guy. We think back to the history of Waylon Jennings. He was supposed to be on that flight with Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, Richie Valens, all them when they all crashed in Iowa, of course, where we're from. But Waylon jumped off that plane and didn't die. He gave up his seat to Buddy. So Waylon always an interesting character and no different than the Waylon I deal with because Waylon, we had some talk last week about this. Waylon, I was ready to pass that torch, that Dio torch like the Tenacious D. The old fig hunter passing down to the next generation. But Waylon, he hit me up on the phone and said, hey, Kyle, I found the Deadpool set. You need that. I said, Waylon, I do need that. He goes, okay, I'll get it. Well, Waylon did the rookie move. We talked about it a little bit last week. He did that rookie move. And he went to get a grocery cart and then to come back. Well, he comes back. What's missing from that Deadpool wave? Old Shikla, the hard one of the set. Somebody had snagged that bad boy. And, that's a rookie mistake. That's a rookie mistake. But you know what Waylon did? Just like I would have done. If I was back, Waylon's age, younger guy, same thing I would have said and same thing I would say right now. I will find you that, Shikla. I will come through. I'm going to right that wrong. I'm going to make it happen. And you know what Waylon did? He was a man of his words. 1 week later, pretty much to the day, he found this, I was going to say bad boy, but bad girl, on the peg. So good for Waylon. He found it for me. Always appreciate old Waylon Jennings. Hopefully you guys got a Waylon Jennings in your life too that is out there hunting and helping and teaming up with you. But Waylon found this, and then what happened? Just like the other Marvel ones, I find it the next day. That's just, Waylon's 1 day ahead of me for his stores he's hitting. Just the luck of the draw sometimes. But very happy to have that Deadpool wave. I will be doing an unboxing probably this week, so stay tuned to that video. I cannot wait to build the strong guy in here. I'm a 90s X-Men guy, cartoon and comics. Love Strong Guy and X-Factor. I will be opening these and putting those together, so watch that video as well. All right, we're getting down to the end here. Let's do LJNs. How about LJNs? The LJN journey has been going on for 5 weeks now, I believe. Pretty unprecedented to get after an LJN collection that quick. 5 weeks, I'm almost done. Well, I'm telling you right now, this week would have been the big celebration. We would have had some balloons dropping, things like that. Unfortunately, the mailman or the post office, whatever you want to call it, I guess the post office. So I was supposed to have Billy Jack Haynes 2 weeks ago. Lost in the mail. Last week I finally got refunded. It had been like 5 weeks in the mail, lost. They finally refunded me. Well, I ordered a new Billy Jack Haynes. I won another auction. Well, I should have had him a couple of days ago, but unfortunately lost in the mail again. So Billy Jack Haynes, there's something about that figure. They do not want me to have him. So I'm hoping, my fingers are crossed. He went all the way across the country and went all the way back. Now he's stuck back somewhere else. Hopefully he comes through this week. I've had about 5 or 6 packages that have had really bad troubles in the last 2-3 months. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have too. Leave me a comment on your horror stories of packages. Luckily, most of them have come eventually, like a month later we're talking. It should have been 2 or 3 days and it comes a month later. But some of them, unfortunately, have been lost. I think I've had 4 packages that I've had to get refunded for. And of course, it's stuff that I got really good deals on. Really great eBay purchases that, you know, are just refunded, and now I got the hunt starts again. But Billy Jack Haynes not here. But I do got some LJNs, and one of these is Andre the Giant. Blue tights, Andre the Giant. Some of you guys might remember this. Not as rare as the black one, but still pretty harder to get than the long-haired Andre, I guess we'll call it that. But he was lost between Canada and the United States. It took an extra couple of weeks, but he finally came. I was so happy I didn't have to go searching for that Andre. And then I also got another big heavy hitter. One I really loved as a kid, old King Harley race. Right there, there's Harley, and of course I got the crown with it. I loved this figure as a kid. But you know, it's funny, these LJNs, I look at them now, they're more statues than playability. But I guess you didn't know any different as a kid, so you could play with these. But I mean, how do you do moves with them? They don't bend, they don't do anything really. But boy, I did. Hours upon hours upon hours of my life was spent playing with those. I did finally get Bam Bam Bigelow. So one of the hardest ones to find, if you ask me. Slick, Ted DiBiase, Bam Bam Bigelow. Extremely hard to find because the black paint is the base underneath the paint. Gets rubbed off, and then they get black nose, black face. This Bam Bam is not perfect. He's got just the smallest of smudges on his nose. It does drive me crazy, but I didn't want to spend, $400 or $500 for an in-package one to open. This one was right around $100 for this Bam Bam. Picked him up, had to have him, but I may play the long game and see if I replace this, because I mean, this is the smallest of black on the nose, but it drives me nuts. But it's so hard to find a good Bam Bam. They just do not come up very often, unfortunately. But if I'm going to be complete, I have to have him, and so I do. And then talking of hard to find ones, Ted DiBiase, another one that's just beaten beyond beaten online all the time. I don't want one with a face that's is all ripped off. Looks like a dog mauled him or something. I want perfect, and that's what I got here. I got this Ted here. Perfect. No hair loss, no knuckle loss, no face loss. A perfect Ted DiBiase $1 Million Man. It's funny, I had this one as a kid. I loved it as a kid, but I look at it now. It's like, what do you do? He's got money in his hands. How do you fight with him? He's in his entrance gear. It's just totally crazy. But as a kid, I enjoyed it, and I loved this figure, and I played with it all the time. So happy to have Ted in the lineup. And then our final LJN of the week. Next week, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, keep them crossed for me, we're going to have a big celebration that, in 6 weeks' time, I finished a complete LJN collection, including the Sergeant Slaughter. But I got Outback Jack. So what is the significance of Outback Jack, you say? You're probably saying, who is Outback Jack? A lot of people don't even know this probably exists or even know who he is, especially people younger than me. Even about my age, I barely remember Outback Jack. I mean, he was in and gone. I can't believe he got a figure. But this one means a lot to me because story time. Let's turn it to black and white. Okay, we're black and white now. Outback Jack was my first wrestling figure I ever owned in my entire life. I remember vividly going to the Toys R Us and deciding, hey, I want to get into wrestling figures. Let's see what they have. And all they had on the shelf was Bobby Heenan and Outback Jack. That was it. That was the only 2 figures there. Empty Pegs, City. Empty Pegs were a thing back in the day, too. Don't forget. But Outback Jack was there. And little Kyle looked up and was so excited to have Outback Jack. So it means a lot because I always think, whenever it says, what was your first wrestling figure? People think, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, something cool. No, mine was Outback Jack. But it is what it is. Happy to have him. Had to have him in the lineup. And forever holds a special place in my figure hunting hearts is Outback Jack. So that's it for the LJNs this week. Like I said, Billy Jack Haynes, the only one that's missing. Outside of the bearded Corporal Kirshner, which I don't really count. I got the 2 other variants. I'll get the bearded one day. But to have a real legit collection, That's the only one I'm missing is Billy Jack at this point. And then, how about this one? LJN version, let me rephrase that. Jakks version of LJN Classic Superstars, Shawn Michaels. So I've decided, along with the San Francisco Toy Makers, version of LJN, if that's what you call them, from the WCW, I'm also going to get these. I'm going to play the long game. I'm going to get them all loose. I'm going to display them with those WCW ones. And this was the first one I got. Found them at a super cheap price. Said, hey, I always need some long game items, and that's the definition of long game item. So now, we get into some more exciting stuff this week. Some more new Mattel Elite stuff. How about the new Legends set? I gotta thank my wife, Angie, coming in clutch. Monday morning, I asked the store, and they laugh, and nope, we don't got those. They're all sold out, whatever. You send your wife in a little bit later. Oh, yeah, let me go get those out of the back room for you. I mean, obviously, I guess my wife's better to look at than I am. Guys are always willing to help your wife or a female, it seems like, is what I've learned. But my wife is a secret weapon. She knows how to do it. She knows who to talk to. She knows how to get what she wants. But she came through, got me the Valentine, the Bobby Heenan, and the Razor Ramon. Unfortunately, not the Chase Valentine. I do have all these on pre-order. I'm letting that pre-order ride. I should have them hopefully by next weekly purchases. We'll see. I'm very hopeful I get the Chase Greg Valentine. I do need another Bobby Heenan because I'm going to display one in the Weasel suit and one without the Weasel suit. So I need one more Heenan, which is coming. And then I'll have an extra Razor, which I can just easily take back to Target. That's no big deal. I mean, your Targets, check your Targets. They've already started restocking these. They started coming in over the last weekend. I've already seen extra cases. After my wife found these a couple days later, I found 2 more cases of these out there. These are going to be flooded your Target shelves. The initial people will get them, and then I have a feeling we'll see some peg warming with these guys. It's just everybody wants it at first. That's the way figure hunting goes. But I do foresee these to be peg warming. Target wants to keep these on the shelves until the next set, and that's November. So you're going to have a lot of opportunities to get these. I know it's tough, but don't get worked up if you haven't found them yet. You will find them. The Chase is obviously the hardest one to find. We'll see. Hopefully I can find him in the next few weeks. But don't get too worked up about these because, mark my words, I've seen it a million times. These will be peg warming, but is what it is. So happy to have these. I'll probably do an unboxing of those as well. But that leads to the final thing of the week. My anxiety was at an all-time high. Me and that old outlaw Waylon Jennings, friend of the show, we were working hard, teaming up, splitting the town, working the circles, him working the morning shift, me working the night shift, going into the Target by my house. I think between us, one day we hit this Target 10 times. We needed the San Diego Comic-Con Ninja Turtles. Step back a little bit here. Hopefully you guys pre-order went up Thursday night at midnight. Goes for 1 full week. The new NECA figures. They release it. NECA Online. They're going to have the new movie 2-pack. Anybody can pre-order. Get your pre-orders in. Tell NECA that, hey, this is how we want to do them. That way you're guaranteed to get them. It was such an easy transaction. I had it done in just 2 seconds. It was amazing. The easiest turtle purchase of my life. So make sure you do that because that's going to tell NECA to do more of those. So just a little FYI before I forget. But this week was all about hunting that San Diego Comic-Con. I thought for sure last weekly purchases we'd have it because it was supposed to be released on Thursday. And I think it's a lot like the AEW figures we talked about at the beginning of the show. I think last Thursday they started shipping to Target distribution centers. Then they went from there. And that's why people are finding them this week because they went from the Minnesota distribution center to the individual stores. Then it takes a couple days to get out on the store shelves. Blah, blah, blah. But Waylon and I searched and searched. The highs, the lows. You watched the video. You saw. What happened was some of the stores, Waylon missed it by an hour. He went there, went and grabbed lunch, went back, missed it. And you knew you missed it because they had the t-shirt pack, which was separately. I didn't want the t-shirt pack. I know Waylon got the t-shirt pack, but not me. I didn't need that. I'm not going to wear that stuff. Don't need it. I just wanted the figures. But unfortunately, that turtle t-shirt pack was there. So somebody got the figures. So disappointing. And the hard part about NECA is it is primarily filled by the NECA third-party distributor. They're the ones that come in and fill the shelves. So Target guys, hey, they got other things to do. That's the NECA guy. He'll fill that. So very rarely do Target stores fill that. Some do, but the majority do not. And then you're at the mercy of when is that rep going to come. So I think Waylon's got the game figured out now, and he passed it on to me. So I think we know at least one store we got it figured out. So hopefully that helps us in the future. But like I said, we searched and searched. Miles and miles were driven. we both were just so fed up and about ready to give up. We were at the lowest of low point, and then Waylon, that old country outlaw, came back, not been on the charts for a little bit, and then he came back with a #1 hit. It was amazing. He never said die like Waylon Jennings would. That's for sure. And the old balladeer Waylon, he came through. The hot message. It was funny. He sent me the message, Kyle, congratulations, we did it. All this. Well, while he was sending me those messages, I'm sitting there talking to a store manager at Target, trying to get to the bottom of my Target, what the deal is with this. And then I have all these messages from him, and I just see the new one. I'm like, wait, did you get it? Didn't you get it? I read back, and lo and behold, there it is. Like a kid on Christmas morning, the old outlaw came through at the Target store. He found the turtles. What an accomplishment. Just never give up. Don't give up. Keep searching. Keep fighting. Keep grinding. Found this turtle set. I cannot wait to unbox it. Going to be a crown jewel in my set. I mean, it's funny as I didn't even like this. I remember when this came out as a kid, I said, well, the turtles have jumped the shark for me. It's too much. They're singing, they're dancing, they got a stage show, but it's one of those cheesy things that you have to have. Looks awesome with the turtle display. It will look awesome, I should say. Just really cool. But yeah, Waylon came through, found it first. I'm just glad one of us found it. But Waylon is the turtle master. I'm thinking back. I mean, I found everything later on, but everything since that Bebop and Rocksteady set, Waylon has found those first. He has came through clutch. He's the turtle master. He just finds everything turtle. It's nice that I don't have all. I put a lot of pressure on me to find stuff. But most of the pressure's on Waylon because he's been finding them all. So Waylon, keep up the good work. Great friend of the show. Very happy to have this off my list. I hope those of you guys that are looking for this have found it. I think you just got a couple of days left. After that, I think it's over. I'm not sure. This was supposed to be the exclusive for the Fall Toy Fair in New York City. So maybe there'll be another round of these out there. I guess time will tell. I don't know. But I know you guys, just like me, turtle anxiety is an all-time high right now. Like I said, get that NECA 2-pack off of NECA Online, the movie set. That's you got to get that, because if you don't, maybe they'll think, hey, people don't really want it online. It's the easiest purchase ever. So there it is, the San Diego Comic-Con. Turtle anxiety lifted for at least a couple of weeks until Super Shredder starts hitting Walmart and the next cartoon packs start hitting Target. But very, very happy to have this off the books, that is for sure. So there you have it. Weekly purchases done for another week. What will next week bring with all these resets from Target? It's a mystery. I might wear this mask next week on the show. I think that might look kind of cool if I look like Raphael. I don't know. But there you have it. So anyways, there's weekly purchases this week. Next week should be a big, big week. I expect AEW. I expect He-Man. I expect new G.I. Joe. I hope. The anxiety's real, folks. But we'll get it. We'll get it eventually. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to give me a comment. I love hearing what you guys are hunting for. Let me know down in the comments what you're trying to find out there. Are you all in on the Joes and the Turtles and AEW and Mattel Elites? You name it. Leave me some comments down there. And then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Me, like everybody else in the world, talks about it. Don't forget to subscribe. And it's a real thing. Don't forget to subscribe. And come back next week for weekly purchases. And don't forget all the unboxing and reviews, the Jakks Classic Superstars reviews during the week. A lot of good videos. We'll keep pumping them out as long as you guys are watching them. And that's about it for this week. So that's weekly purchases. We'll see you guys in August. We're already in August. Today's August 1st. I can't believe it. We'll see you next week.